I had my first spiritual experience when I was 17. I was in college. I had no idea what was happening to me. I was in the middle of a drama class, and for whatever reason, we were sitting around. There was 13 of us in the class. We were sitting around in a circle, listening to the teacher talking. He was sitting in a chair, and I imagined, for whatever reason, that I was sending my energy out through the tiles on the floor, and that the energy was going into the other people in the room. And I don't even know where that idea came from, because I wasn't into energy, I wasn't into spirituality, nothing like that. For just random thought came into my head, so I started doing it, imagining this energy was coming out through my fingertips. And then I looked up, and my whole reality had shifted, and it was like, bing, I was awake. And all the mental noise that I had been experiencing up to that point just stopped. And I was very, very up in my head, so noisy up there, in fact, that if people were talking to me or I was trying to learn something, it was very hard to learn anything, because it was like the information couldn't come in. There was too much mental noise getting in the way. So in this moment, there was just stillness and awakeness. And the teacher, who was sitting in a chair, noticed me, and he went, "What's happening to you right now?" And I said, "I don't know." And I remember I was 17, had grown up, gone to all girls Catholic school, always gone to Catholic schools, had no knowledge of spirituality at all, no language for it. And I said to the teacher, "I'm one with all things." And I had this sense of limitlessness, vastness, connected to all things, oneness with all things. So I wouldn't have even had that language, but they were the words that came out. I feel one with all things. I understand everything. And I remember touching my face, and my face felt like I was touching something I'd never come across before. And I remember feeling this sort of the softness of my face, really, and going, wow, weird, just so alive, so in the moment, so my senses were so awake. And I have no idea how long this lasted for. And then it was gone. And I didn't think about it again, really. I kind of knew it had happened. I didn't think, wow, that was amazing. What was that? I have to explore. The internet the internet didn't exist at that point. So I couldn't find out what had happened to me, and there was nobody to talk about it with, because everybody, I just didn't feel like I could talk to anybody about it. So it got put back in the bag, really, and I went back up into my thinking mind and lost in my thoughts. And my thoughts at that point in my life, so I was 17, self-loathing, felt fat, felt ugly, felt talentless, very, very negative thoughts, like a negative stream of consciousness about myself all the time. So this was quite profound. All that fell away. All of that was gone. It wasn't even a question in my mind. I wasn't even there, in a way. This me in this body that was unsatisfying didn't even exist in that experience. So yeah, anyways, it was over. However long it took, no idea. It could have been 15 minutes. It could have been 3 hours. I actually have no recollection of kind of coming out of it. But it, never happened in that way again. And then I pursued acting and stayed up in my head and continued my self-loathing, and that went on for a really long time. And then I went to Australia, and then I connected with some very beautiful, open-minded people also on their spiritual journey. And that's when I started to gather more information that made sense about that thing that happened to me way back when I was 17.